Oh, good morning. So, one of the joys of living in the Algarve is, as I've talked before many times, is the dog situation. Is um, we got in at 3 o'clock this morning, and I'm here awake at 9:30. Actually, we were awake at 8 o'clock this morning, woken up by our neighbour's dogs barking and fighting. One of the joys of living here. And the real pain in the ass is I can't sleep. The minute I hear noise, I'm wide awake. I'm a crap sleeper anyway, so now I'm completely wide awake, but I'm really tired, and that's a fun morning. But anyway, good morning. Guess what? It's a beautiful day here in the Algarve. Once I have my shower and finish off my coffee, and try to roll my eyes back out of the back of my head. So, I am a makeup artist, as you know, so I'm going to include makeup artistry on this channel, and a lot of it's going to be done on myself. I've been a makeup artist for about, oh my god, about 30 years now. Jesus. Yeah, 150 years I've been a makeup artist, so I have been thinking about what to do on my channel, and it's all lovely seeing me doing stuff in Portugal, and I've decided I want to include makeup on this and reviews and so on, because I have a lot of knowledge and I've a lot of things to say. Not just on that, on a lot of things. So it'll be random stuff going up on this until we find our groove, I think. But just to show you this, just to impart my daily routine with the world of YouTube. I get a lot of, like my clients, they'll come up to me and go, "God, you look great for your age," and so on, 51. And I want to show you what I do. So maybe you can show your husband, or if you're a man on this channel, maybe you can do the same. But I'm going to show you what it is that I do each morning to make me feel and look better, especially a day like today, morning like today, when I've only had a couple of hours sleep, 4.5 hours sleep, because the fucking dogs next door, who I love, by the way. They're lovely dogs, but they do tend to play fight. It's a young dog and an older dog, and they play fight. So, look, that's not their fault. So that's what I'm going to do. First of all, I have my cup of coffee, which is Lower Coffee, number 11 strength. I love a good strong coffee. And then once I've at least drunk half of that, I get out of bed. After I've looked at news and CNN and looked to see what the Republicans are doing to ruin America, and seeing what the Conservatives are doing to kill the United Kingdom, and then turning to my own country, Ireland, to see what's going on there as well, with is Sinn Féin going to get into power, etc. So after I do that, I get up and I have a shower. So I'm going to have a shower now. So I jumped into the shower and I forgot to do the first thing I always do before I even have a shower, and that is I take these babies out. My hearing aids. I have hearing aids. I have had them for the past 5 years, and I have two of them for both ears. I'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later on. But I normally, because I'm so tired, the first thing I always do is I go like this to take out my hearing aids. And anyone who wears hearing aids will know they're so fucking expensive. You don't want to get them wet under the shower or dive into a swimming pool, which I have done with them in, and I had to get a new set, but that's another story, which I'll keep quiet because my husband will kill me. Yeah, I always do this to check and take them out and put them aside. Even on the beach or anywhere like that, my knee-jerk reaction is always, if I go near water, to take them out and put them in their box or in my bag. But I'm so fucking tired this morning. I forgot to do that. So that's normally the first thing I do in the morning. So I'm going back to my shower now, and my hearing aids are out of my ears. I'm not deaf, by the way. I'll talk about that a bit later on. Whew. Do I feel any better? Not really, but anyway. So I get out of the shower, I wash everything I'm supposed to wash, get out of the shower, I shave if I need to shave in certain areas. I leave that up to your imagination. And then I get on with what I'm going to do. So normally I just will do this. So one thing I've discovered living here in the Algarve is you have to moisturize. Body moisturize. So it's really, really, really important that you do this. I've got hair. Since I've been growing my hair, I've been finding I'm getting hair everywhere and in our sink and so on. Make a wish. Yeah. Sorry. I'm easily distracted. I sort of have ADHD for adults, especially when I'm tired. But anyway, back to my beauty routine. So after I have a shower, I will moisturize. Really important to do this, it's especially in hot weather. Normally in Ireland, I never would have even thought about doing body moisturizer because, to be honest, we don't get an awful lot of sun, and I have, pretty much oily skin anyway, especially on my face. I've got a really oily skin, which is a good thing. I'm happy I have that. But my body also is slightly oily. But I found that over here it's gotten really, really dry, especially my hands and my knuckles and stuff, and I wash my hands a lot. We bought a moisturizer, just a cheap body moisturizer. I've been using it non-stop for the last 2 months, and the difference in my skin is just really, there's such a difference. It feels much better. And obviously, if you're in the sun and you're on the beach or whatever, you need to rehydrate your skin after sun exposure. But on a day-to-day basis, it really does make a huge difference. And the other thing I found is I have less spots on my body because I'm using the moisturizer, which is one of those weird things. I don't know why that happens, but I do. So this is the moisturizer we're using at the moment. I was using this. I don't use anything special. This was like $4.95 in Continente. And it was really nice, really, it felt lovely and it smelled nice as well. But we've moved on to this because this was also cheap. But it's a Nivea, obviously, and it's a really good body moisturizer. So I'm going to just start doing that. So I always start just applying it on, shoving it on, putting it on everywhere. So really, as I would show you, so really blend it in. You can even warm it up a bit by rubbing it onto your hands and then rubbing it into your skin. So paying attention very much to your chest area and your back as well. Fabio will be doing my back in a minute, and your neck and so on. Excuse me. Ooh. Now that's everywhere done. Next on to combing my hair. I realise when I do this, I am the fucking spitting image of my father. God rest him. My dad died a long time ago. But combing my hair the way I'm combing it now reminds me so much of him. The way he would comb his hair, he would take his comb out, his little plastic comb, and it was one of those combs that had, that design on them, sort of looked like leopard skin. You know the one I'm talking about? But he would take it out of his back pocket and he would comb his hair, no matter where he was, he would just take it out and give his hair a bit of a comb. That's what I've become. Definitely. Becoming my father, and I'm looking more like him every day as well. So comb my hair, just run a brush comb through it while it's long. I think I'm going to keep it long, but I am going to get the sides tidied up maybe later on today. But we move on to my beard. So I need to shave here, here and here. And then I also inherited big ginormous hairy ears from my father. If I don't cut these or get my razor at them, they literally will be out here and you'll be able to plait them. So I get my razor, I'll do my ears, and I'm going to do a shave as well. And normally I probably would have done the shave before I did my body moisturiser, but you know, I've had very little sleep and I'm running out of coffee. I have myself my shave. Obviously I follow the beard. One of the great things about having a beard is shaving is so much quicker. I use one of these. And I'm really lucky I don't get shaving rash or anything, I never have done. So I'm really lucky. I know a lot of people, a lot of men, when they shave, they shave upwards like I'm doing right now. Like they do it that way because of beard rash, but it's or ingrown hairs, but it's not something I've ever had to worry about. So it's just easy enough for me to go down the grain as opposed to up the grain. I'm looking in a mirror behind you, by the way. Now the ears. Stop looking down. Now the ears. So, outside the ear, I will shape them. A little bit of soap on the outside of the ear. Get my razor and I push my earlobe out and I just shave the ear. I used to get them waxed in Dublin. I would go and get that hot wax put in and they pull out, you know, every single bit of hair, and your ears would feel like, you know, weirdly naked and quite sensual, weirdly sensual. But I don't know where to go and get that done here. So I just give them a shave like that. It takes all the hair from the outside, and then I'll go in just to get rid of the long ones on the inside, because as I said, like that, and then I do my nostrils as well, just there, and then like that. And I just realised I have a microphone. I just bought a microphone set just so you can hear me better. So I'm going to place this down here. Hopefully that will help a bit. Oh, you can see it. Probably right there. You go. I don't know whether that's going to work or not, but we'll see. So step 2. No, step. I can't remember. Can't remember what steps it is. I'm too bloody tired. So. Done the beard. Next up is the moisturising routine for the face. So you don't put a body moisturiser on your face, men, straight men out there who know nothing. Do not use a body moisture on your face. It is too strong, too thick, and you'll end up getting spots on your face. So what I'm using at the moment, I'm lucky. I don't have any problems really with my skin. I get a bit of dryness up here, but that's really all I get. So I'm sort of lucky that way. So at the moment, my cleanser I'm using this one here, which is Jamarini. It's a cleanser, it's a glycolic cleanser, and you apply it at night time, especially if you're a guy like me and you wear a little bit of makeup. You definitely have to cleanse your skin every single night. So, or if you don't wear makeup, you can use this is really good cleanser. It's a glycolic cleanser, so it's a little bit of it's a little bit of a tingle to your skin, but it really does take off the dead skin layers and so on, which is really nice. So that's what I use at night time to cleanse my skin. And right now my skin is perfectly cleansed, so I don't need to do that. So, moving on, what do I put on next? So this is my Kiehl's cannabis seed oil. Now you cannot smoke it. A little drop of this. I use a little drop of this before I put on 2 drops of that onto my hand, and then I rub it together. And it smells, beautiful smell, and then I just pat it onto my skin. And I find that just underneath my moisturizer helps uh, helps my skin, helps moisturize my skin, adds a little bit of something to it. Now, if I'm feeling anyway dry here, which I don't at the moment, I'm okay today. But if I feel dryness, I'll remember later on to exfoliate. So I have a cloth here, a linen or muslin cloth. I use my glycolic cleanser. I'll show you that later on. And I'll use this to remove it. And this is quite rough, so it'll take the dead skin layers off. So it's really, really good. So that's what I use to exfoliate my skin when I'm feeling that there's definitely roughness, especially around here and on my nose as well. So my next step is to I put a little bit of moisturizer on my skin, and believe it or not, the moisturizer I'm using at the moment, because we can't afford to buy really expensive stuff at the moment, I'm using this one, which is L'Oreal Men Expert, and I use a very small amount of this. You know, this is lovely. I was my friend gave it to me, and I was really surprised how much I actually liked it. I would only use about that amount on my skin. Even that's a little bit too much for me. You blend it into your hands like this, and then just once again pat it onto your face, like I'm just doing, and just all over your face like that. And I put it around my eyes. I don't use an eye cream. I don't see the point when you have a moisturizer and you can use it under your eyes. Around my nose, I get quite oily or quite dry around here on my nose, and then just blend it in like that, and then rub it a bit into your beard as well. Actually, I'm feeling a little bit dry here, so I'm going to put a tiny bit more onto my hands, rubbing it in, and then blend it into the beard. And then bring it down my neck. And there you have it. That's my moisturizing routine. Now, sun protection. Um, if you're using glycolics or any sort of glycolic on your skin, you should use sun protection. Also, if you are in the sun here, you should use a sun protection as well. If I'm on the beach, I'll probably lessen the sun protection because I'm on the beach and I want to get a bit of colour. But my day to day is this one. This is called Is Clinical, and it's an SPF of 50 plus. Now, so I will put a tiny amount of this onto my face, say about that amount. Any more than that, and my skin feels really oily, and I can't stand that feeling. And as I said before, I have an oily skin anyway, so more oil on top of it just makes me feel uncomfortable. So a little bit of that, once again, rubbing this into my hands. And if I'm doing a makeover on a bride, and I pat it onto my skin, patting it, don't rub it, pat it onto your skin, your eyes, everywhere. So if I'm doing a bridal makeup here in the Algarve, this is what I use on my bride. I would just use a tiny bit of the SPF, pat it onto her skin, let her go off and do her thing, and then we come back and I'll do her makeup, because you do need that to set or settle into your skin before you apply makeup on top of it. The thing with SPFs and with moisturizers with SPFs in it, they can, alter the texture of your foundation. So let it dry in. Go have a coffee, or finish the coffee you already have, and then come back and I'm going to show you what else I do. So this will be just me on a normal day-to-day basis when I'm just pottering in the house, or I'm doing, Instagrammy stuff, or I'm doing, work from home stuff. This is all I do. But if I'm going out, or if I'm going to lunch, or if I'm just going out in general, I'll show you my next steps up from this. We've just finished our moisturizing routine, and I'm just going to move on to my makeup routine. So this is me normal. I wouldn't wear anything like this if I'm pottering around the house, if I'm, going to the shops, if I'm going to the beach or whatever. I wouldn't do anything more than this. I'm not like a fucking, housewife of the Algarve or anything like that. Actually, I am a bit, but you get the message. But if I'm going out for lunch, if I'm going anywhere, if I'm going out in the evening, if I'm, going to the pub, going to see my public, if I'm doing anything like that, I will always do what I'm just about to do now. And I've been doing it for years. So this is something that I've been doing since I became a makeup artist in one form or another. This is what I do for the last fucking 25 years thereabouts. So we start off with concealer. Okay, so this is my own concealer from my own range. It's N5 stick concealer, even though it's in a little pot like that. I put it into a pot. So this is for my under eye. So this is for under here, where you can see there's a little bit of purpley color and it's quite dark under here. So I find this is great to help get rid of this and to just make my eyes look a little bit more alert. So take a little bit of this onto my finger, dab it off like that. So I don't put too much on like that, and then I pat it into the corner like that and around and onto the lid like that. Take a little bit more and then bring it slightly out like this. And make sure you get right into that corner there because that's where the purpley bit is. And then I just blend it. Now I just sort of rub it and blend it and push it around like that and onto my eye, like so. Okay, and then we do the same on the other eye, taking a little bit on and then just patting it there into the corner, underneath like that, rubbing it in, and then on the eyelid as well. And this I find is fantastic. I won't go out the door without this because, especially a day like today when I'm wrecked from lack of sleep and getting in late last night, I find that this is really, really good just to awaken up your eyes and make you look less tired than you did the night before. So that's my under eye. Couple of minutes to do like that. Okay, so then we move on to my next step, which is bronzing brush or face brush, which is from my makeup range. And this is a contour kit, and I'm using this color here. I love this color. It's called 300 from my makeup range, and it's a really good matte makeup for guys. It's a great one for girls as well, but it's a great one for guys because there's no shimmer in it, there's no color in it, it's not too red. It's a really nice color for a bit of a suntanny glow. So I dip my brush into this, take a good bit onto my brush, take the excess off, and then I just apply it like this all over my face. So I'm gently blending it in, starting with my forehead, and I work my way down. And why do I do this when I already have a suntan? Because in my eyes, it actually evens out my skin tone. It's like it evens out the sort of the redness on my skin. And I only use a very small amount, so just a little bit of it on like that, all over onto my cheekbones. Don't go down here. Don't put it on your beard. If you have a beard, don't put it on your beard because it will basically it'll color the beard and you'll see that you're wearing makeup. So the whole point of my makeup is that you don't see that I'm wearing it. That you just think I look alert like that. And there we have it. That's the bronzer. Step two, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So you can see my skin. I think it looks, I suppose, a little bit fresher. Like that. All right. Okay, so now we move on to concealer number two. This is N7, so this is darker. This is darker than this one. So I use this under my eyes. I used to use this on my face, but because I live in the Algarve, obviously, my skin color has changed because I'm in the sun, so I'm sun kissed. So I changed my concealer to this, which is N7, which is two up from this, which is N5. I put a little bit of this on. I use a very small amount of this. Okay, tiny bit of this, and then I'm just here around my nose, like that. I just pat that in, and again, a little bit on the other side, just around my nose, because I'm paranoid about redness around my nostrils. And I bring it slightly out there because there's a tiny bit of redness just there on my cheeks, probably because I just washed my face twice because I messed up like that. But there you go. So that's all the concealer I use. So very small amount of everything on your face. You don't overload it. You don't. I don't anyway. I don't want to look like I've got makeup on. Nobody's ever come up to us. Have you got makeup on? People have come up to me and asked me, "If you've got makeup on, your skin looks really clear." But just my skin looks clear. With a little bit of bronzer. So then we move on to the all important area, which is these babies here, my eyebrows, and I haven't coloured them. Normally I colour them, and I probably will do that this evening. I'll show you how I do that, but I normally colour my brows. I like them dark, and they really do lift your face. Men and women, they lift your face completely. And I do brows, so I do HD brows, and I find that for fellas, putting a little bit of colour through your eyebrows is amazing. How it can lift your whole eye and make such a difference to how young you look. It is amazing. But because I haven't done it in a while, I'm just going to put powder through. So you're going to see the state of this now. I've had this. This is one of my old kits from when I first started off. Isn't that terrible? That's a wax, believe it or not. But there's none left because I use it all the time, and that's the colour I'm going to use, which is called dark brunette. And I'm going to put it on with this brush here, which is a flat brush. Okay. And I'm going to put the powder on first. So a bit of powder onto my brush, and I need this. I'm going to move down. There you go. I need this just here, very much so on the tail of my eyebrows because they're very faint there. So just put a little bit of the powder through there and bringing it to a slight point like that. Dip it in again, and we're going to do just bringing it through. Once again, it's not sculpted. I don't want to have them like a sculpted brow like a lady has. I just want them to look as natural as possible without looking like I've got loads of product through my eyebrows like that. A very small amount, like so. And then I get the state of this brush. I'm mortified showing you this, but you know what? You have things that you love. I've had this for about 10 years. And you know what? I'm always telling my clients, you should renew your brushes. You should look after them. Look at the state of that. It's disgusting. Anyway, this is like my Dorian Gray. This is the portrait in the attic. That is. So with this side, which is lovely, it's got a little bit of wax in it from the overuse of putting wax through my brows all the time. So I'm just going to brush this through like that, brushing the hairs into place like that. And then I get my finger, I don't want any of the powder to be seen, so I just do it like that. And then I will get what's left. I have to get a new one of these. So it's the wax, what's left of the wax. And I once again will draw it through my brow. And what that does is it keeps the hairs in place. And one of the things I've discovered here in the Algarve is guys over here, straight guys and gay guys over here, get their brows very much waxed, and I think the barbers do them. They cut them or whatever for their clients, and it really, you can see a lot of guys walk around with very very sculpted brows, but it just makes such a difference between my two eyes. Now I'm going to do the other one. Okay, I'm going to turn this off because I can't do this like this. Being a lefty, this is really hard for me to do while looking in here. So I'll be back in a minute. So there is my other brow. Like that. See? So as the old adage is, brows are sisters, not twins, or in my case, brows are brothers, not twins. So, they don't always look exactly the same because one eyebrow is always different than the other. And I also do this all the time with my eyebrow. I always cock that brow like that, So basically that's all it is. That's my routine. So this will take me, if I'm not doing what I'm doing with you, explaining shit, this will take me about 3.5 minutes in the morning to do. So It's really, really simple, really easy peasy, and it really does make you feel better. So I'm going to bring you inside into the light and just show you how my face looks with a bit of sunshine on it, because this lighting is a little bit dark. But the reason I did it here in the bathroom is just this is real light. There's no ring lights or anything like that. It's just me and the mirror here, and you. So this is the finished product, what I look like, with a little bit of slap on my face, and when I take a bit of time to moisturize and do all the stuff I do in the mornings. So you can have a look at my skin. It looks pretty good, I think, for an owl fella, for an owl one like me. But the skin looks clear and my brows are defined, and obviously that's what I want. And you wouldn't look at me and go, "Ooh, look at him, he's got loads and loads of makeup on." So that's also what I want. But makeup is fantastic, and it's great for girls and guys, and it's something that everyone should use. Notice I'm pointing the camera this way because I don't want you to see the pile of dirty clothes there in the corner. Um, but it is for everybody. I'm going to do more of these sort of things, I think, and I hope you enjoyed my ablutions this morning and my morning routine. If you like this, please like and subscribe. And I want to grow this channel. I'd love to get some more interest in it. So if you let me know the sort of stuff that you're into, I will happily try accommodate. So until next time, thank you for watching me do my morning routine. Now I'm going to smize my way out of this video. So here we go. I will put music over this particular part. So here we go. Okay, stop. Till next time. Bye.